Hi, Rory and Aiden and Nicholas. It's Rocen Girl again, and I have a story for you today. And this is a story about Rocen Girl being incredibly embarrassed her freshman year in high school. It's a good story to tell because everybody gets in situations or finds themselves in situations in which they're super embarrassed. And so this is one of Rocen Girl's. Rocen Girl went to a public high school, but started out in a private elementary school. So when I was in elementary school, I wore a uniform, and I didn't think about what you wore to school. I just wore my uniform. So when I went to a public high school, it was really important for me to start to figure out what all the other kids were wearing. Like what was the dress code, so to speak. And so a lot of the beginning of my school experience in high school, I was like a robot doing this. What do the public school kids wear? How do they talk? What color are their socks? Yeah, I had no idea. And plus it wasn't anything I was really interested in, so I didn't have a head start up like Aunt Leslie, who loved fashion. So she probably glided into it, but not so much for Rocen Girl. When I was at the end of my freshman year, when I was trying out for softball, I was super excited and I made the team. I made junior varsity. We had practice outside in the late winter, early spring, so I had to have a sweatsuit. And I'd never had a sweatsuit before. So one thing you need to know about Rocen Girl was that Rocen Girl was about 5 feet 9 inches tall and about 120 pounds, maybe less. So Rocen Girl was very tall and very skinny and probably stood out. I felt like I stood out, and I probably did stand out because I was so tall and skinny. So I go home to Grammy and I say, Mom, I need for you to buy me, I need a sweatsuit. And I don't think Grammy really knew much about sweatsuits either. So she said, what do you need? And I said, well, I need a gray or green, dark green, or navy sweatsuit. But I don't want the top and the bottom to match. The top and bottom cannot match. Like, hello? So I go to school the next day, come home, walk into my room, and my sweatsuit is there. My sweatsuit is lying out on the bed, almost like a person, quite honestly. It was a little freaky. The first thing I noticed was that the top and the bottom clearly matched. They were the same exact color. And the next thing I noticed was that the sweatsuit, the matching top and bottom sweatsuit, was not gray or navy blue or dark green. Nope. It was red. My mom had bought me a matching sweatsuit with a red top and a red bottom, pretty much this color red. Needless to say, I was like, Mom, I can't wear this. I asked you for gray or navy or dark green and not to match. And Grammy said, well, that's all I could find. That's all they had at the store. So I did my best. That's it. Couldn't believe it. Next day at practice, I'm so embarrassed. I totally stick out, but whatever, right? So we're throwing the ball around. We're warming up. I'm thinking everything's cool. Everything's fine. And then the coach says, hey, girls, I want you to run a lap. It's like a big lap, which is cool, except for the fact that the lap included running around the boys' varsity baseball team. So for you guys that don't know, the varsity team is usually upperclassmen, like the older kids, and they're usually super good at sports. And so it's kind of like, oh, the varsity boys baseball team. Oh, like you want to look good. You want to look athletic. If you're a jock, you want whatever your bag is, you want to be in your best bag when you go by people that, you think you want them to think you're cool. So we start running, and I'm trying to shrink in, right? I'm wicked tall, wicked skinny, trying to shrink in this color sweatsuit, right? This was not camouflage. Let's be really clear, guys. This is not a camouflaging color in this particular pack in which I was running. So we get halfway around the field, and all of a sudden, it happens. The first varsity baseball boy player says, "Hey, tomato sticks!" And that was pretty much the end of me not being seen. So every day we would have to run this big lap, and it usually included going around the boys' varsity team who would yell. They would be waiting. They probably were waiting out of the corner of their eye no matter what they were doing, batting practice, whatever, you know, infield. I don't know what they were doing, but they were waiting. They were waiting. I know it. And so I would have to start running and just know. Hey, tomato sticks, tomato sticks. Hey, there's tomato sticks. How you doing, tomato sticks? Every day. Yeah. And it became such a big family story that Allie one year made this for Christmas for me. As you can see, she cut out her head, my head, and Megan's head and put them on red matching sweat top and sweat bottoms in the 1970s style that we were wearing. And she's saying, "Hey, tomato sticks. Yay, tomato sticks. I love tomato sticks." And I had a chance to overcome this years ago. Living on Nantucket, we were going to go skiing. And so I had to just grab anything I could. I got like a ski coat on sale. And it was tomato stick red. So I was like, well, okay. Like, I can do a jacket. I can do a red jacket. But then we were going skiing on the mainland. And I didn't have ski pants because we didn't really ski much. So one day, Allie Meg's dad came home. He said, "I got great news." Great news. I found you some I'm going to say, some ski pants. And if you guys have gone skiing, I know you have, it's like a big jumper. It's like a big jumper. It was red. So about 15 years after the tomato stick episode, I had a chance to be red again from top to bottom. I was tomato sticks on the bunny slope. And you know what, you guys? I did it. I was a little horrified. I did have a little residual. I'll be honest with you. It was a little tough. It brought back some tough memories because it was an athletic thing I had to do too. And I wasn't very good at skiing. And I did fall and cause other people to fall in my tomato stick jacket and ski pants. But you know what? I'm okay now, Rory, Aiden, and Nicholas. Look, I can wear this red jacket. And if I had to, wear a red hat and red gloves and a red scarf and red ski pants and red boots again, by golly, I could do it. You know, I can do it. So that's the story of Rocen Girl being incredibly embarrassed in high school, but coming through, pulling through. You guys, I pulled through, and you can too. You can too. So if you find yourself in an incredibly embarrassing situation over and over again for, like, let's say an entire sports season, just remember Rocen Girl in her red outfit. Just remember tomato sticks. Just remember tomato sticks. And you know what? Laugh, because you're going to make it. You're going to make it. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. I have to hit stop. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm hitting